Opening the trapdoor, you are hit by the smell of old mould and stale tobacco. As you drop into the basement, you see it may once have been a storage room, but is bare apart from the 2 doors immediately in front of you. I'll try the right-hand door. Okay, it's not locked. Behind it there is a narrow corridor of broken stone paving, dusted with iron ore that curves around to the right into a small room. A half-melted candle is flickering in the corner, more adding texture to the darkness than actually dispelling it. 2 doors are coming off the room, one to the east and one to the north. I'm going to try and pick the lock on the northern door. Okay, you successfully pick the lock. The corridor continues for 10 feet before branching off into 2 jail cells, perhaps where your quarry stores those they are displeased with. A wave of cold, damp air hits your face as you step forwards to look inside at 2 long-dead skeletons. No rescuing those, but can I check the bodies? Unfortunately, it does seem like anything of worth has already been removed, although the skeleton in the larger room does have a gold tooth that you can take. I guess I'll take that and then go back and try and unlock the eastern door? The door is made of a very heavy oak reinforced with iron bands, but the lock is no match for you, and as you creak it open you see a large 30-foot chamber of shattered stone, with walls that arc up to the central spire. With your passive perception, you also see a doorway here to the south, but that is inconsequential to the large green dragon chained to the walls of this chamber, straining at the irons directly at you. What would you like to do? I would like to close the door. Fair enough. You close the door and return to the original cellar. I think I'll try the left-hand corridor. Sure. This is very similar to the right-hand one, the same narrow tunnel with rough stone walls. However, the air does seem to be getting progressively colder with every step you take, and by the time you curve around to a small chamber, your breath is rising like a mist before you. This chamber is almost a mirror image of the previous one, with doors on the western and northern side. I'll try the northern door. It's not locked. You find yourself in what appears to have once been a prayer room, judging by the decor, that has since been converted into a bunk room with multiple beds and packs on the floor. Can I perhaps tell how long ago they were used? You touch one of the bedrolls and find it still slightly warm. You imagine there was someone here not more than an hour ago? Okay, I quickly leave and turn to the eastern door. Great. The way immediately curves southward and opens into a much wider corridor that stretches down to an archway from which a glow is emanating. The walls of this corridor are slightly darker than the others. The cracks between the stonework are filled with a dark ichor, which you recognise. You can taste the acrid fumes rising from it on your tongue. Here, surely, is proof that you are not far behind your quarry. It does seem as if someone has half-heartedly attempted to hide some of the larger ichor patches behind a series of dull tapestries, but the stench is pretty overpowering. What's beyond the archway? It opens into a large, oblong room decorated with intricate carvings of demons and devils at war. The area is lit by the flickering of candles in ornate candelabras that sit at the far end, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Between the candelabras, you see a single chair. A chair? What's up with that? Well, there is definitely something wrong with the chair, but I don't know what it is, so I'm going back up here to poke the tapestries. Oh, good. Well, as you check behind the northernmost corner of the corridor, you see behind one of the tapestries, I knew it! A door. As you open the door, you see another room. This one appears to be some kind of laboratory come study, with chests and bookshelves on the floor filled with all kinds of arcane tomes. There's a haphazard mix of scrolls, potion bottles, spell components, all spilling out of the cupboards into the general mess. In one corner of the room, it has a wooden walkway running along the top of the walls, where another bookcase stands. This bookcase appears to hold some of the most ornate-looking books of all, and next to it, there lies another small chest overflowing with gold and jewels. Oh, at last. Is there any way up there? Oh yes. There's a rickety wooden ladder, and stood at the top, smiling down at you, is your quarry. I'm going to need you to roll initiative.